Hi, this is Pastor Brian. We are reading through a proverb a day. We are on chapter 30. I will be reading from the Common English Bible, and I invite you to read from your own favorite translation or find a copy of it online as we read Proverb 30 together today. The words of Agur, Jaka's son from Massa. A man declares, I'm tired, God. I'm tired, God, and I'm exhausted. Actually, I'm too stupid to be human, a man without understanding. I haven't learned wisdom, nor do I have knowledge of the Holy One. Who has gone up to heaven and come down? Who has gathered the wind by the handful? Who has bound up the waters in a garment? Who has established all the ends of the earth? What is this person's name, and the name of this person's child, if you know it? All God's words are tried and true, a shield for those who take refuge in him. Don't add to his words, or he will correct you and show you to be a liar. 2 things I ask of you. Don't keep them from me before I die. Fraud and lies keep far from me. Don't give me either poverty or wealth. Give me just the food I need. Or I'll be full and deny you and say, Who is the Lord? Or I'll be poor and steal and dishonor my God's name. Don't slander a servant to his master. Otherwise the servant will curse you, and you will be guilty. There are those who curse their father and don't bless their mother. There are those who think they are clean but haven't washed off their own excrement. There are those, how arrogant are their eyes, how their eyebrows are raised. There are those whose teeth are swords. Their jaw is a butcher's knife, ready to devour the needy from the earth and the poor from humanity. The leech has 2 daughters. Give, give. There are 3 things that are never satisfied, 4 that never say enough. The grave and a barren womb, a land never filled with water, a fire that doesn't say enough. An eye that mocks a father and rejects obedience to a mother, may the ravens of the river valley peck it out, and the eagle's young eat it. 3 things are too wonderful for me, 4 that I can't figure out. The way of an eagle in the sky, the way of a snake on the rock, the way of a ship out on the open sea, the way of a man with a young woman. This is the way of an adulterous woman. She eats and wipes her mouth, and then she says, I've done nothing wrong. At 3 things the earth trembles. At 4 I can't bear it up. At a servant when he becomes king, and fools when they are full of food. At a detested woman when she gets married, and a female servant when she replaces her mistress. 4 things are among the smallest on earth, but they are extremely wise. Ants as creatures aren't strong, but they store away their food in the summer. Badgers as creatures aren't powerful, but they make their homes in the rocks. Locusts don't have a king, but they march together in ranks. You can catch lizards in your hand, but they are in kings' palaces. There are 3 things that are excellent in their stride, 4 that are excellent as they walk. A lion, a warrior among beasts, which doesn't back down at anything. The strut of a rooster or a male goat, and a king with his army. If you've been foolish and arrogant, if you've been scheming, put your hand to your mouth, because churning milk makes curds, squeezing the nose brings blood, and stirring up anger produces strife. So what stuck out to you today? What had the most meaning for you today? As you see at the beginning of our text, you will see that these words come from Agur. So someone other than Solomon is specifically attributed to this proverb. And I think the layout, the text, the way the person talks is obviously different from what we've heard in the past. So how was it different? How was it meaningful? What did you make about this phrasing that is constantly used? There are 3 things or 4 things, or there's 4 things and then there's 5 things. What did that do for you? How did that impact your reading of the text and what it was that the author was trying to say? So think about all of these things and especially the fact that it's a different author today specifically mentioned. And write down your thoughts, your ideas, share it with a friend, and come back with me tomorrow as we read the final proverb. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I look forward to reading the final proverb with you tomorrow. Take care.